This video covers how to access and fill in a report in SHEQ to Go. To see all the different SHEQ forms in the software, click Start a new SHEQ form. Here are the different types of reports or forms that you can fill out in the software. So in this case, we have hazard reports, incident/accident reports, fatigue occurrence reports, and so on. Let's say that we want to report an incident. To fill out the form, click on the Safety Observance or Incident/Accident form. Here, we can answer and say that we want to report an air safety observation. Let's say that we slipped on a power cable at the hangar. And we can enter in the time and date that it happened and say that it was at the airport in the ops department at Hangar 1. We don't need to report any aircraft registration details, so we can skip that. And as we go through this form, you'll realize that there's a lot that might not apply to the event that you're reporting. But at the same time, when it is relevant, it's important to give as much detail as possible. In this case, I can say all the details about the incident. Once I've done that, it asks me if my supervisor's been advised, and I'll select yes, then save this first section here. It's also important to save your progress throughout so you don't accidentally lose information if you exit out of the page. The next section here asks if it's an air safety or maintenance report. In this case, it's not, so we can skip through that. But of course, if it applies to the incident that you're reporting, you would go through each of these details as required. Now, as we get to the bottom of the reporting section, we're presented with a confidentiality field. In this field, we have to do three things. First, select the confidentiality of the report. It is worth noting that there are 3 levels of confidentiality within the software. A single user can be allocated under level 0, level 1, or level 2 confidentiality, with 2 being the highest level. If we choose this report to be non-confidential, it means that this report will be allocated as a level 0 report, which means that anyone in the database can see it. If we choose this report to be confidential, for the investigation team only, it means that it will be allocated as a level 1 report, which means that anyone who is assigned as a level 1 user and above will see this report. Third, if we choose this report to be strictly confidential for supervisors only, it will be allocated as a level 2 report, which means that anyone who is assigned as a level 2 user will be able to see this report. Users who are assigned under level 2 confidentiality are typically people like the safety manager and/or the CEO. Let's say that we want this report to be strictly confidential. Next, we have to select whether or not we want to sign this report anonymously. If we select the first option, when this report is under review, they will be able to see the email of the person who signed this form. If we select the second option, the software will not have a record of your email against this report. However, it is also worth noting that if we select to report this form anonymously, we will not be able to re-enter or edit the report as the software will not have recorded that we created the report. In the instance that you decide to make a report confidential and anonymous, it is worthwhile to make a copy of the information that you submitted before signing. Let's choose the first option for this section. Then thirdly, we sign the form. To do that, we will click the checkbox, then click Save. As you can see, we're able to see the email and the time that it was signed. The next section is the safety manager's review within the black borders, so we'll skip that. Now here at the bottom are some additional subforms that we need to fill out if it applies. The first one is for the safety manager's review, so we'll skip that. The second form applies to immediately reportable matters for air safety occurrences, so again, we'll skip over that. The third form enables us to upload any pictures or files if needed. And now this fourth form applies to this incident as it involves injury, so we'll fill it out now. The last form is for the investigation team, so again, we'll skip over it. Now we can see that this last signature block is for the safety manager to sign once this report is ready to be closed, so we'll leave that one. Once we've filled out all the details that we can, all we need to do is press Save All, and it should save all the information that we filled out. And when we close the form and see the landing page, you can see that it's at the top now, ready for review. The same principle and similar process applies when filling out all the other forms in the SHEQ form list. That ends this tutorial about accessing and filling out reports on SHEQ to Go. Thank you for listening.